Heyo everybody, Haku here with Tower of God, usual fun Tower of God Sunday night. We have Season 3, Episode 163, or actually, Chapter 580. Nuts. I've been saying the same thing for like 200 chapters every time. I'm just like, wow, it's such a high number. Wow, number big. So yeah, I'm excited to get into things. The past two chapters have been incredibly good. Tower of God in general has. The last two chapters, though, I can say have been mostly spent hyping up Kirin and Lobadan, and they've worked because I'm incredibly hyped for Kirin and Lobadan. I just think the story is very good right now. The characters and the way that they've been treated are really good right now. Earlier this week, I did a quick Tower of God discussion, and I'd like to do more of those, so expect more of those coming in addition to the usual reaction stuff. Other than that, Omniscient Reader and all the usual weekly stuff is going to be like coming soon after this. I will be honest with you, we're not going to have the chapter up in the corner this week because I just remembered before I came to start recording. So sorry, I will admit to you all, I forgot until I came to start recording to make like just a overlay to change the setup for how I'm going to be doing these. So I will work on that sometime over the next couple days so that next week we can have that. So yeah, sorry about that. Just going to be the usual, just me here, follow along on your own kind of reaction. So yeah, but I'll change things up next week. Just wanted to say sorry I forgot about that. In addition to that, I'd love to do more long-term projects like I did in the past. Nothing coming up immediately, but like I said, if you haven't been around that long, I did the top 100 characters in Tower of God by screen time at chapter 500, and an update at 550. I'm going to do another full screen time video at 600, so 20 more weeks if we don't have any more breaks, and then we'll have another big project. And a lot of people loved the character poll, and even with big series, it's usually a few years between each character poll, but a lot of people have said, hey, you know, it'd be really cool to do it again because there's so much that's changed with the characters. And I myself am also like, wow, things are so different than even just, what, 20, 30 chapters ago? It was 30 chapters ago. Things have changed so much since then. But I'm thinking maybe it should be a while. I'm thinking either chapter 650-ish or the next time we go on a big long hiatus. I'll try to figure something out. I'll try to do it again. I'm really happy with how the first one turned out, and that's like, it was a lot of work. I put a lot into it, but it's also really thanks to a lot of people, to all the people who spent time like shouting it out and spreading it to their audiences, people like Dr. Bonehead and Kick the Can Productions, and like Dr. Bonehead's mods that were always linking it all the time. I know Light's always there. I'm sorry if I'm leaving anybody else out. But it's thanks to all of them, and thanks to everybody who came back and like who voted in it. Thousands of people. So that was thanks to a lot of people other than just me, but it was a lot. But at the same time, while I'm happy with how it ended up, while I'm happy with the results and how things ended, I do think that, like, the site that you actually voted on, I think I could do a better job. I think I could make something better next time. So yeah, next time there's a long hiatus, or sometime like around 650 maybe, I will maybe attempt to do something like that again. It is just a big project. But yeah, you know, weird off-topic sort of intro out of the way. Let's actually read this chapter and talk about it as we go through. So we're starting off with Are You Wong Wong's son? And I actually think it's really cool that last chapter Lobadan was like, I'm sure he was loyal to the very end, which means a lot because the whole story is that he's a traitor who betrayed Traumaray. So we're seeing the panels from last time. You know my father. I knew it was you. This guy is so powerful. Welcome back to Lopobia's battlefield. So this is one of those things where, like, we know every family probably has a couple of, like, direct descendants, like the direct children that aren't irregulars themselves, but are probably insanely powerful. And it feels like people like Lobadan, people like Kirin, are probably that for the Lopobia. Like, we know there were still some big fish as of the nest, and I think they are said fish. And Belarir is such an interesting character, because Belarir seems to be Gustang's number 2, but we don't actually know, is Belarir crazy strong or not? Like, his really all of the Popodals, their appearance doesn't sort of give us a hint at their level of power. They're pretty modest. But we have Welcome Back to Lopobia's Battlefield, Son of Wang Wang, which is where we ended last chapter. I'm the Commander-in-Chief of Lopobia's Field Army. Or I think when he first showed up they said Field Marshal. My name is Robodan. Or I've also been saying Lobodan a lot. There's no real difference between Eleanor and Korea, and it works either way. I just think Lobodan flows better, but Robodan could be more correct. I don't know exactly what Siu's going for, you know? Season 3, Gustang's Library 1. I was not expecting that. Okay, so we have changed our title, and not to something that I would have expected whatsoever. But we're still sticking with this scene. Okay, I thought we might cut away after that title, after that drop. He's so strong. Even if I weren't injured, I'm not sure I could beat him. But the Beastkin are watching. I won't be humiliated in front of them. I don't care what your name is. So either Bomb's gonna show up to play Mediary, or like Karaka, or Yuhan Sung will come out. They're more equipped for it, I feel like. Or even Yusracha, because Yusracha has those connections with the Lopobia. I don't care what your name is. Get down here right now and beg for forgiveness. Otherwise, I refuse to talk to you. And of course, the posturing to make people afraid of him is something that Yama always does. Hey, do you have any idea who my grandfather is? Says Kadede. If this could be resolved with begging, I would gladly do so. Again, I love he would put his pride, to the side and be humble for the sake of stopping the war. But as a commander of the army, I don't think I can do that. Is there any other way to appease your anger? Fine. In that case, let everyone here go, including all the beastkin you were rounding up for the war. If you do that, I'll forgive you. I'm afraid I can't. Then how do you expect me to forgive you? I thought he was just going to say, oh yeah, we can just get the beastkin out of here. We don't need him. Son of Wang Wang. Your father was an outstanding warrior, and a loyal subject who proudly sent canines into battle for the family head's sake. Is the son of such a genuine warrior really going to disappoint me like this? I've heard enough. Or is he just trying to test Yama? Is he trying to bait him into standing up to him? Why the hell would I be proud that my father dedicated his life to an asshole like the family head? I admire your spirit. However, that being said, no one is permitted to speak of the family head in that way. Wait. Oh? Dewan, maybe? We see flower petals. Hold on. Let's talk. Lobodan. Okay, Dewan's bringing out Yusracha. So yeah, it is Yusracha, because he probably knows him. Yusracha? I know you. You're from Zahard's army. I'm former Army Corps Commander Yusracha. That's another thing that I think people downplay how, strong Yusracha is sometimes, or how, highly rated or ranked he is. He's one of, the highest rated people in all of Zahard's army. So, Yusracha's up there. Why don't we discuss this, Lobodan? You always listen to reason. I'm not sure how many troops you have with you, but if you fight us despite the upcoming war with the Popodal family, you'll suffer huge losses. We have 3 high rankers alone. To be honest, if we fight back as hard as we can, we might very well be able to wipe out all your troops. So I'm assuming, when he says we have 3 high rankers alone, the translation might also work as, we are 3 high rankers. I think he's just referring to those 3, not referring to Doom or to the ones who were in Karaka's, sort of pocket dimension. Besides, Wang Wang and I have the power to control the Beastkin, unless you want to be the only survivor to charge into battle with Popodal's army. I suggest you join us at the negotiating table. 3 high rankers, he thinks. Or maybe he meant 3 high rankers other than us, hinting that they're hiding Karaka, and even though he's maybe not technically, but then again, we don't know, maybe he ranked up, maybe also referring to Yuan Sung, and did they have anybody else with them? Am I forgetting somebody else who was in the pocket dimension with them? 3 high rankers. If that's true, then this is a very tricky situation indeed. What's more, it doesn't seem wise to antagonize that man Yusracha. Yeah, wasn't there somebody else with them? Now I feel dumb. Now I feel dumb forgetting if there was. Very well. Let me hear what you have to say. We have Lobadan's room. There are the 4 of them there. A slayer and his older brother, the hero from the wall, and an army corps commander from Zahard's army. What a shot of the 4 of them. Yeah, they are really 4, huge people. They're probably all top 300, you would think. I'm not sure how you all ended up together, but that's an impressive lineup. Let's get right down to business. What do you want? We want you to set all the beastkin here free. We don't care about the war among the 10 family heads. Just let the beastkin go. That's impossible at the moment. We need those beastkin right now. Then we're done talking. I'll gladly fight you. And then Yusracha stopping him. Hold on, Yama. Don't be so impatient. Robodan, why are you leading your army away from the main battleship with the war coming up? Where are you heading? That's classified information. I can't tell you. Well, we can't negotiate with you unless we know that. We're third parties in this war. I assure you that we'll keep the secret to ourselves. And again, that's one heck of a lineup. If Lobadan could win them over, that's big for him. I wouldn't do anything to turn someone like you against me. Okay, I trust you. Okay, I believe you. The place we're targeting. Oh man, is the secret library with the head of the Pobedao family's hidden books. I love this design. Sorry, I'm just taking it in. I love the 4 roads coming out of it. The circular, I don't even know what to call it, with the columns holding it up around it. It's so cool looking. I love this. I love landscape designs and stuff in general though, world designs and stuff. We've been told there's one book in particular that the Pobedao family head has kept hidden there for a long time. Our mission is to secure the book and use it as a bargaining chip. We're going to ask him for a truce. Okay, so that's Lobadan's plan, is to broker a truce, or attempt to do so. I don't think it would actually work, but attempt to do so against Gastang. I feel like Gastang is kind of all in at this point, though, or at least that's the way it feels to me. A truce? But isn't that against the wishes of your family head? Our family head didn't initiate this war. The Zahard family started it. Our family head doesn't trust anyone around him, but he has absolute faith in Lord Zahard. This whole war began according to Lord Zahard's wishes, not our family head. Sorry. Just ate dinner, sorry. That's why I oppose it. Because the only person who can give me orders is my father, Lopobia Traumare. Are you saying you don't mind fighting Zahard's army? It doesn't matter. I see. Now I understand. Robodan, if that's how you feel, then this won't take long. Let me suggest something. We'll bring back that book for you. What? What? Why us? Yama getting angry. If you just tell us where the book is, we'll sneak into the library and retrieve it. In exchange, if we succeed in bringing the book back, promise you'll release the beastkin conscripted here. We'll take them with us. Yama, I know you don't like the idea of helping Lopobia's army, but if you want to save the beastkin without losing any of them, this is our best chance given the our best option given the circumstances. But how can we trust these bastards and bring that book back for them? Lobadan wants a truce. Once we have the book, he won't need the beastkin as soldiers anymore. He'll let them go. Besides, Lobadan, if you really want a truce, wouldn't it be better to let a third party bring the book back for you? Very well. I accept your offer. Bring the book to me. Is he going to say something along the lines of, but you have to take Catan with you, or you have to take Kadede with you, or something? Inside one of Lopobia's ships. Let me get this straight. Operations room, and we see the family symbol on the walls behind them. You're saying that on this small, insignificant floating carrier, there's a book we could use to blackmail the family head. That's right. This floating carrier is called Rot. Or I don't know if it's supposed to be Rot or ROTT. I don't, like, because of the way everything is capitalized, I don't know if that's supposed to be an anagram or something. Or like, God, am I getting my terms mixed up? Did I just use anagram incorrectly? On the outside, it's just an ordinary town. And in fact, it really is a residential floating carrier without any actual combat equipment. And they're speaking with Catan. But we're certain that the book is hidden here. How can you be so sure? Our information comes from a source who's never been wrong before. There's no chance that they're wrong. So, they're using a camouflage strategy, huh? But if you know they disguised the carrier as an ordinary town in order to hide the book, why did you bring such a large army with you to attack it? Wouldn't they be more likely to find out and call for reinforcements before you get there? It seems wiser to infiltrate the ship with a small number of people. Precisely. That's why we're not sending these troops into the town. Our fleet is heading for this. And we see the thing that was sort of down this line of ships from the city. Advanced Guard Floating Carrier Victor. It's a massive floating carrier run by someone from the Popedao family named Hugo. Okay, this is where Hugo gets brought in. If we can just get rid of him, the rest of the army wouldn't be very difficult to defeat. They've probably kept the troops there in reserve in case anything happened to the book. Our plan was to pretend to attack this ship with the bulk of our forces, while I sneak into the town alone and steal the book. Only the commander and I knew about this plan. Even if they realize it's a feint operation, it doesn't matter. We can just wear down their army as much as possible and then recall our troops once we've held out long enough to retrieve the book. But what they don't know about is the potential of the pseudo Shinwan-Ryu stuff that the Popedao family has that the Lopobia just doesn't know about yet. Aside from Traumare, who's hunting it down. So you're saying you were going to sacrifice the Beastkin for the sake of your plan? Of course. We can't use our own family's troops to act as cannon fodder. We value our own people from the... Sorry, I sneezed. I'll probably have to cut that out. We value our own people from the Lopobia family. It's not very different. I've kind of been trying to hold it in as I've been reading. I've kind of felt it coming. From the importance you attach to Beastkin, go ahead and criticize us if you like. Alright, so, what's the new plan? Since we can't fully trust you all, we'll hold your older brother hostage. Doom's face. Sure. And then just immediately, although I'm not sure he's worth much as a hostage. Hey, you jerk. The woman will come to the main battlefield with us, while you two bring back the book for us. Okay, Yama and Yasracha are being sent. Hold on, he's in no condition to fight. Yama, be quiet. You can barely even stand. Do you expect me to look after you too? Don't go around telling people that. If they know I'm injured, they'll be more aggressive with us. Don't worry. I may be somewhat weakened at the moment, but I won't hold you back. Yasracha. Then, it's settled. Victor will pick up on our location soon, so you two had better slip off the ship before then and sneak into their town. And I wonder if, Karaka will tag along with them in secret. And, since you asked us not to harm the Beastkin, we'll try to avoid fighting Popedao's army as much as possible and focus our attention on building a line of defense to distract them. But, the longer this drags on, the more likely we are to end up fighting them. So, if you want to minimize Beastkin losses, you better bring the book back. We'll provide all the supplies and the floating ship you'll need to infiltrate their carrier. The operation begins tonight. If you take too long or fail your mission, remember that war and the loss of the Beastkin lives will be inevitable, and we got new outfits for them. Well, good luck. I like Yasracha's outfit a lot. And then, can't believe I'm on the same team as a half-dead cat. I don't care if you die or not. I'm not going to save you. Good. That's exactly what I want. Let's go. And they even have the big symbol up at the top of the ship as well. Alright, so they leave off. Middle area, Popedao's line of defense. And we're cutting back to Traumare. We see all of these people charging at Elgor, but getting completely incinerated. Traumare. And then, I don't see it here either. This is really bothering me. What the heck is that floating ship? And then, his pocket. Hey, wussy. Gastong? If you're looking for something, come see me. Don't bother those poor little creatures. I'll send you my location." And then the silence. Did I have his contact information in my pocket? I completely forgot since I never needed to call him. And then that's like weirdly comedic. I love that. We see him showing up. All right, this is it. This is that floating ship. And then, "You came, Traumerei. Our showdown's still a few days away. It isn't like you to be so impatient. For someone who barely leaves his house, it's strange to see you running around so frantically. I love the stained glass. Gastang." Pobedal Gastang's inventory level unknown. Gastang's secret library. Okay, so the secret library is his inventory, and that's, I guess, where the symbol, the Pobedal symbol, comes from, because it's all over his inventory. And even the little spirals around the sides of it are the purple and gold. "Did you finally decide to leave your house and come see me?" That is so cool. So that's what a family head's inventory looks like. "That's right. I wanted to see that smug face of yours. What the hell are you up to? And what's with that floating ship, Gastang?" "It's hard to say. I guess. It just pisses me off. I mean, seeing you all doing so well after that incident, as if nothing happened." "That incident? You mean, Enzahard?" So I guess maybe partially, like I was saying, it's the Eurasia N incident that is why Gastang's so pissed off. "That's right. You hid Blossom's daughter and me in the dark depths to keep the whole thing a secret." Interesting. I wonder if that's a weird translation, because that's a really weird sentence. Like, how would you hide Gastang in the dark depths or something? And like, if he was there, I think maybe it's supposed to be something along the lines of like, you kept us in the dark, as in like they didn't tell them about something and that's what sort of led to something. Or maybe it could be that they kept them in the dark about the fact that if you about the Ghost of the 13 Months. Maybe that's what this is about. Like, they didn't tell them about the Ghost of the 13 Months, which led to N going down the path of igniting 2 and going mad. That could maybe be what they're referring to. Would maybe be my guess. Unless literally they put them in some sort of dark depths, but I don't, in a literal sense, in a physical sense, I don't know what that means. But yeah, either way, very good chapter. I'm extremely excited for the Yama and Yusracha stuff. I had been saying for the entirety of Season 3 that Yama was kind of the Wangnan of Season 3, where whenever we weren't focusing on Bomb, whenever we weren't with Bomb, we were with Yama. We were focusing on Yama's point of view whenever we weren't with Bomb, for the most part. And we took a break for the hotel arc. We took a break from Yama, but now we're back, and I think that ideally we'll see a lot more Yama focus as he goes after this book. We're about to get the Hugo stuff, which is interesting. I want to see who Hugo is. Who is Hugo? Why is Hugo? Is what I want to know. We got like Doan and Catan being part of the attack, which is going to be really cool. Doom being held captive was funny, but I feel like this is just a way to kind of, maybe Doom will do stuff. I don't really see him doing much more at the moment. Yusracha is in an interesting place because he's going to be going on this mission with Yama, but he's also dying apparently. I say apparently because, like, I don't know, who knows? It's a weird situation. We'll see how things go. Yeah. I mean, maybe destroying his core or whatever when he was transformed is just something that, like, even if he heals up physically, maybe the destruction of that just means that it doesn't matter what his physical body's like. He's just going to die in a couple months anyway. Maybe that's what it means. So yeah, who knows? We didn't see Bomb. I don't know if we'll cut right back to Bomb next time or not. The Gaston stuff is really compelling. I think he's a super interesting character. So is Traumare. Both of the family heads have been written really well, I think. So seeing more of them, it'd be awesome. This was called Gaston's Library 1, I think, or Gaston's Secret Library 1. So from that, I'd assume we might get a 2. I'd assume that there might be some more chapters with this title naming sequence. So that gets me really excited for the future too. Either way, I need to get this posted tonight. So thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this week's chapter, my first thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more Tower of God, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, just ask and I can give you a link. It's free and open for anyone. Again, we can talk in the comments or on Twitter or on Discord or anywhere. I always love talking to everybody. And if you want to help support the channel, if you want to help me keep making videos, then you can drop a super thanks down below if you want to. It's basically a super chat but for the comments. Or if you want a shout out at the end of every single video and to get One Piece early, you can go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron, or you can just hit join down below to become a channel member. Either way, it is very greatly appreciated. And yeah. As for those shoutouts, thank you so much to people who are patrons and members. Seriously, thank you. Thank you to Chosen Regular Evan Hawley, to Magical Girls Efronono and Smeller Dog, to Cheriton Student David Langstaff, to Slayer Candidate SG, and to Pure Element Pate Ardialo. Thank you all so much for your support, and thank you all so much for supporting and watching. I love doing this every week, so thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time.